Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today we're tackling one of the absolute most misunderstood, and honestly, probably the most over-romanticized concepts in all of esoteric philosophy. We're talking about the soul. We're going to completely dismantle how you probably think about it right now, and then we'll rebuild it from the ground up using this truly fascinating study guide based on the teachings of Djwhal Khul, specifically from A Treatise on White Magic. So let's just get straight to it.
Now, this first concept is going to instantly shatter a lot of preconceptions. The idea here is that the soul is not a belief. This really sets up the core thesis of our source material today, telling us we basically need to stop thinking of the soul as this vague, mystical concept that we just have to blindly have faith in. Instead, it's framed as a highly specific position, a real presence, and a literal power that you already carry around with you every single day.
And check out this incredibly powerful quote from Djwhal Khul, who, as you probably know, is also known in esoteric texts as the Tibetan. He literally demands that we completely reevaluate our traditional, cozy views. He explicitly tells us to approach this whole topic with precision rather than sentiment. He wants us to drop the poetic metaphors, drop the theological abstractions. He's talking about actual mechanics here, you guys, not poetry.
Part 1. The metaphor myth.
So, we are exploring a massive shift in perspective today. If you look at the modern 2026 view, we tend to treat the soul as basically a religious comfort blanket, right? Or maybe a philosophical question mark, something people either blindly believe in or just totally dismiss. But Djwhal Khul's proposal? He presents a demanding, highly useful structural reality. It shifts the entire paradigm away from mere belief and right into active recognition.
Part 2. A structural reality. First off, the source uses some very specific terminology to describe this distinct, active presence within us. You're going to hear terms like solar angel or the egoic lotus. Now, when the text uses these terms, it's pointing directly to that functioning reality of the soul within a human being. It's not being vague. It's giving a concrete name to a very concrete mechanism.
So the absolutely crucial point here is that this entity, this solar angel we're talking about, actually occupies a highly specific location in your constitution. It's not just floating around out there in the ether somewhere. The text identifies its definite locus as the causal body, which is situated upon the higher levels of the mental plane. You can almost think of it like a specific functioning organ in your spiritual anatomy. Now, I absolutely love this point right here, mostly because it takes all the pressure off. Quote, "It is there, functioning, whether or not your waking consciousness has yet learned to register its vibration." I mean, how great is that? This means you don't have to somehow earn your soul. You don't have to go on a grueling 10-year silent retreat to magically find it. It is already an active, working part of who you are. It's literally just waiting for your conscious mind to catch up and recognize that it's there.
Part 3. The mediating principle.
Okay, so the soul actually has a very specific job to do. If you look at our constitution mapped out here, right at the top, you have the monad, or pure spirit. Down at the bottom, you have your personality, which operates down here in dense matter. Well, the soul sits right smack in the middle, acting as this vital bridge. It's the mediating principle. Its whole function is to translate the highest possibilities of pure spirit directly into the dense reality of your daily life, bridging across your own developing awareness. It is, essentially, the ultimate translator.
Part 4. Signal versus noise.
So if it's always functioning as this bridge, why is it so incredibly hard for us to hear it? Well, the text points out that the soul's vibration is constantly being drowned out. Just listen to this description. Beneath the flux of emotional reaction, beneath the chatter of the conditioned mind. I mean, hit the nail on the head, right? That is the deafening noise of our everyday lives. But beneath all that turbulence, the text promises that there occasionally arises a note of steadier quality.
And the difference between these two states is incredibly stark. On one hand, we have the exhausting, nonstop noise of our personality. The anxiety, the defensiveness, the constant craving for approval. It's loud, right? It's overwhelming. But contrasting all of that is the signal of the soul, a steadier note that is impersonal, clear, faintly luminous, and totally spacious. It's that quiet, profound quality that sometimes just breaks through when you're under immense pressure, or, conversely, when you're sitting in perfect stillness.
And this right here is exactly why the entire goal of this esoteric teaching isn't asking you to adopt some new religion or just, try to believe harder. No way. It is asking you to develop a highly specific practical skill, the shift from passive belief into active recognition.
Part 5. This week's practice. Now, what makes this text so remarkably grounded, especially for esoteric philosophy, is that it absolutely doesn't demand blind faith. Djwhal Khul literally says, "I ask nothing of you upon trust alone." He is inviting you into a direct personal experiment. He wants you to observe this within your own experience. Basically, you are the laboratory.
So here is exactly how you can test this structural reality in your own life this week. Step 1, just try to locate the difference in yourself between an ordinary, knee-jerk personality reaction and that steadier note we talked about. Next, keep a really brief daily note. I'm talking just 1 or 2 lines when you feel that calmer quality supervene. And crucially, step 3, do not interpret it. Don't analyze it, don't philosophize about it, simply locate and record that difference in quality. That's the whole shebang.
Now you might be wondering, why are we doing this? Well, as the source points out, simply by recording these fleeting moments of clarity without judging them, you are actively initiating contact with your own egoic lotus. That noticing itself is the bridge. That simple, everyday act of recognition is literally the very beginning of true soul contact.
So, as you go about your day-to-day, I want to leave you with a bit of a challenge, straight from our explainer today. When the anxiety inevitably hits, or when that defensiveness flares up, will you be able to pause? Will you be able to actually hear that faintly luminous, steady note beneath the relentless chatter of your own mind? Remember, the soul is already functioning within you. The only question is, are you finally ready to tune in and listen?